Hello there everyone, it's Shiny Sparky, and welcome back to more Final Fantasy II Anniversary Edition. So this time we're going to be doing the Arcane Labyrinth, an optional dungeon. This is the Northwest, which is to the west of Salaman. So this thing, it works by using terms. We're going to begin by asking the Ultima Tome term. Let me just tell you something right now. It's really confusing. Depending on what terms you ask this energy light or whatever you call it, you will get something very different near the end, a different type of reward. I'm going to be going for Maria's ultimate weapon, and you want to look it up online. I mean, I would put the list up, but it's really complicated as to how to organize it and stuff, so yeah, but I'll be talking about this. This is once again a post-commentary, because I figured it's very useful to do that, just to give you all the information. So for the Ultima Tome place, there is how should I explain it? You need to have a toad tome. Give a toad tome to this person like you're just seeing on screen, and he will give you the sorcery term. You want to learn it. This sorcery term is then going to be necessary to unlock the next place. It's basically a chain reaction. That's how it works. There are a bunch of encounters here, but there are enemies we've already seen before, so I'm just going to cut them all out, just to make it easier on all of you. But yeah, this is pretty much how it's going to be working. So again, use terms. Every term that you ask the light, like you just saw, it will take you to a different room. For example, this is the Sorcery Room. The Sorcery Room is, this one is long. It requires you to find 5 chimeras like that one down there. You want to find them, and you want to fight them. Once you defeat all 5, you will get a new term. So, let me just go ahead and review all this stuff as to how it works, you know? Again, the Arcane Labyrinth, there are 3 different places. The northwest corner, the northeast corner, and the south, or is it just southeast or south? I don't know. There's 3 though. This is the northwest corner. The northwest corner contains 4 rooms. The next one contains, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rooms. And that's the northeast one, which contains 7 rooms. And the south one contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, I'm counting because I have a list here on paper. So, by the way, these are Chimera Sphinxes, which are not too difficult. The mage buffs up your magic apparently, but you don't even need that. Just use physical attacks and you will kill him. You will. So, let's see, what else is there to say? Again, use terms. Depending on what terms, and look them up online. It's really important, really vital. But if you're going for Maria's weapon, I'll just say this right now. Follow these steps. I have laid out a plan on how to do this the best, the most efficient way, and how to do this. Because this is the northwest, there are going to be 4 rooms, and then you ask a final term near the end, which leads you to a boss battle. Depending on what term you ask at the end and what rooms you've been through, it will be a different boss every time. So for me, I did Ultima Tome. Ultima Tome is a term that's useful for Maria to get her legendary weapon. The next one that I used, well, I got sorcery in that room. I then used sorcery. Sorcery is another term that gives points towards Maria. I don't know the point system, and actually I don't think anyone knows. I looked online. You can't really find a point system that determines, you know, like what legendary weapon you'll get. But it's a good idea to just pick terms that lead more towards that character. That way, you know, you'll have a higher chance to obtain the weapon. So in this one, in sorcery, you can now, yeah, the encounter rate is ridiculous too. It's crazy. That is why I'm doing post commentary, because I have to cut all these things, you know, cut it down and then just talk over it. It's a lot easier than just, you know, me doing a live commentary, talking 30 seconds, stopping for 30 seconds, talking 30 seconds. You know, it's crazy. Crazy much more editing, and I will get tired of that, and no, I just can't do it. I can't. So, I went the wrong way there. But again, if you're having trouble with the chimeras, just follow this. They're always in the same places. They are. It's just that, if it's your first time here, it could get crazy. Another thing, there are almost no maps online for this. I try to look for maps, you know, for the Arcane Labyrinth for every single room. There are no maps for many of these. There's a few. There are a few. But in general, there are no maps. Like this one. I can't find a single sorcery map online. I can't do it. I looked for so much time and I could not find a single one. So I have to do all of this. You know, with no map and with the crazy encounter rate, it's very frustrating. That is why I'm doing this for all of you who are, you know, who want to do this. Follow this. Just follow it. That way you don't waste more time than me, even though I did waste a little bit, so you can try to figure it out, you know, to not walk my way sometimes and, you know, save a few seconds. But yeah, once you do that, you get the next term, which is the soul term. Then you want to go to the light, which is right here. Ask it the soul term. And this takes us to room number 3. The soul room, the room term soul, whatever you want to call it. This one, it's not as frustrating as the sorcery one, but it's still somewhat frustrating. There's a high encounter rate once again, although asking certain terms does actually lower the encounter rate, even though I'm pretty confused in that. But I am using like the good terms, I really am, so hopefully that works well. But basically, there's an old man here in the 3rd room. You want to talk to him and he will tell you that there are lost souls. He doesn't tell you how many though, I don't think he tells you, but there are 3 in total. What you want to do is find them all. There's a chest there, don't take the chest because they're usually not worth it. It'll just be wasting time, you know, getting more encounters. Orichalcum, I took that one because I went to that room accidentally. Orichalcum is a dagger, not too useful. There's a fire thing up there. And what you want to do is then push them. Anytime you encounter a fire soul, simply push it down like this. Just go behind it and it'll move. And then, once it gets to the stairs, it'll move upwards. Keep pushing it. And there it is. It entered the grave. That's 1. The fire souls are always in their proper rooms for the grave. So it's pretty simple knowing where to push each fire thing. For example, the next one is, well, let's see, nothing on those 2. So it's going to be on the one, yeah, this one. That one, which there's already, it was already near the center. Okay, that's 2. The one on the left leads to the next room, I believe. Yeah, it does. The top left corner has that energy light thing. You don't want to go there yet. Instead, you want to find a 3rd soul. As far as them being random or not, I am not too sure about this. If they're always going to be in random graves. That one contains a chest too, though. So I ended up missing one here. Probably from the 2nd row, maybe? I don't know. Is it? Oh, yeah, right there. It was hiding. So in here, I'm just waiting for it to go up. Sometimes it does take a little bit of time, but usually they do cooperate. They really do. He's going to go up very soon. Yeah, there we go. Now just follow it from behind. You should have this. Encounter there, but whatever. There we go. That's all 3. Once you push all 3 fire souls into their proper places, it becomes pretty simple what to do next. Simply go back to the old man because he's going to give you another term. The next term that you're going to receive is the mercy term. The mercy room is one of the easiest rooms in the entire Arcane Labyrinth, and you will see why. Not only that, but it is the best term to use for Maria. If you're going for Maria's weapon, make sure to use the mercy term in every single Arcane Labyrinth, the northwest, the northeast, and the south one as well. It's her best term. So now you want to go all the way to the very top left corner, the northwest corner, because that leads to the next room. This one. Simply choose to break the seal, mercy term. There we go, and this takes us to the 4th and final room of the Arcane Labyrinth. Remember that the Arcane Labyrinth Northwest always has 4 rooms, but it's always random because it's randomized based on the terms that you use. So for me, I took the path Ultima Tome, Sorcery, Soul, Mercy. So that was my order. So again, this one's one of the easiest rooms. The reason why, there are a few chests, which usually have money. You can talk to the middle thing. These won't do anything, but the top middle will actually be a full heal in HP, MP, and status effects. Very nice. But the best thing about this room is that there are no encounters. Unlike most rooms in this game that do have encounters, which is freaking annoying, this one does not have encounters. That is a very nice thing. Before I go to the energy thing, I think I go to the right side because there's a chest there. Maybe. And here I asked one more term. Remember that there are 4 rooms, but you want to ask one more term that benefits Maria. Another term that benefits Maria is actually the Mysidia term. But this final term that you ask, which is going to be the 5th one for Arcane Labyrinth Northwest, this term actually leads you to a boss. Depending on what term you ask here and what other terms, what pathway you've taken, it will be a different boss. For this one, I got the boss Tiamat, which is a boss that you actually see until the Castle Mysidia, I think, which is going to be the next dungeon in the story. So I fought this a little bit earlier, but oh well. It's fine, you know? We'll just get some nice experience, nice stat boost. So, Tiamat is a boss that absorbs every single elemental spell. You do not want to use fire, blizzard, thunder, or poison because it will absorb them all. You can, however, use non-elemental magic, which is overall a good thing to do. So I think I choose Ultima, but then I changed my mind here because I was just being so indecisive as to what to do here. But one thing that I decided to do was to actually buff up Farion instead. So attack with Farion and use haste with Maria, I think that's what I did. Wait, did I? Let me see. Yeah, I used haste with Maria, use it on Farion. It's only level 1 though, I need to buff that up. Good thing that guy's Berserk is level 5. It did 0 damage right now. Wow. But the good news is that Ricard does have the Blood Sword, which is very beneficial for fighting bosses. It's going to do a big chunk of damage. So there we go, yeah, look at that. Did you see how much damage it just did? 1800 damage, just like that. One sword blow. Crazy. That is why you want to have the Blood Sword when you're doing the Arcane Labyrinth. It really makes the bosses much, much easier. I mean, much easier. Blaze 16, okay. That deals some pretty decent damage to the entire party. But it's fine. Maria just uses haste one more time. It missed this time though. Guy just gets his Berserk on Farion. And this time it did much less. It got the minimum percentage damage that it does. That's the thing about the Blood Sword, you know. It's it doesn't always deal the same amount of damage, but it's consistent. It is. Even though it did 600, that's good. It's still good, you know. Obviously, it's 1/3 of the 1800 it did last turn, but it's still a good amount. And the Blood Sword greatly helps you. It did 1500 that time. Really good. So there we go. Tiamat is down, and we have completed the Arcane Labyrinth northwest corner. Which is, of course, a very, very nice thing to do. Very nice thing. Power to Seal has been released. Yeah. Once you do that and beat the boss, you will get taken back to the entrance of the Arcane Labyrinth northwest, or Arcane Labyrinth whatever. Whatever you're in. So, this is it for this one. Next time, I'm going to be taking on the Arcane Labyrinth Northeast. The Arcane Labyrinth Northeast contains, let me count them again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rooms, but 8 terms in total, because again, this one had 4 rooms but 5 terms. The Northeast one has 7 rooms, 8 terms, and the final one has 10 rooms, 11 terms. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit longer, but if I do... Actually, no, never mind. I'll just not say that. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Next time, I'm going to be doing the Arcane Labyrinth Northeast corner. So hopefully you stay tuned, and hopefully these videos have been kind of helpful. It's really difficult to explain the Arcane Labyrinth, it really is. Even someone like me who knows it fairly well, not perfectly, it's still hard to explain it. But again, look at the terms online if you want the weapons for Farion or Guy. Because I'm doing Maria's path. If you're going for Maria's weapon, follow this walkthrough. Follow this video and the next 2. And you will get Maria's weapon, I guarantee you. Thank you for watching, goodbye everybody, and until next time.